Immanuel Quickley is a 5-star high school recruit that played the game the right way and got the attention from the best college coaches around the nation. Quickley became more known with his time in Kentucky, but now as the New York Knicks first-round pick and ready to win over the Mecca, he has become a fan favorite after only 2 preseason games. This Knicks story is about Knicks guard Immanuel Quickley. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K here. Welcome back to another video and welcome back to another Knicks story. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and do not forget to like this video. Shout out to Immanuel Quickley, and let's get into the video. Immanuel Quickley was born in Maryland on June 17th, 1999. Growing up, Quickley fell in love with the sport of basketball early, even against his mother's wishes. Natrice Quickley did not want to see her son play basketball for reasons that aren't what you may think. Mama Natrice Quickley was a hooper herself, played college basketball in Morgan State in Baltimore, Maryland. Back in her day, she was betterly known as Natrice Hamilton, where she led Morgan State in free throw shooting in the 2 seasons she played, shooting 72% her junior year and 80.3% in her senior year. Mama Quickley went on to teach for 22 years and is now a vice principal for Harford County, Maryland. Natrice had a sister, Demetria Caldwell, who coached a team of 5 and 6-year-olds for a local recreational league. Now, Natrice did not want to see Immanuel play basketball right away because she wanted her son to have a lot of different interests and not just the one that she knew would eventually take over his life. But thanks to Immanuel's aunt Demetria, IQ would start hooping at the age of 4 against his mom's wishes. On Miss Caldwell's team, she was short a player and she put a jersey on the young Immanuel and told him to shoot the ball. Well, a lot like now, according to Caldwell, he made almost every shot. Immanuel said this of his memory from when he first started. He said, "I knew I was better than everybody and my mom wouldn't let me play yet. But when I got in, I tried to shoot every time and pretty much scored every time, and the older players kept giving me the ball." Natrice still wasn't a fan and confronted her sister saying he's not supposed to play yet. As Mama Quickley expressed before, she knew once Immanuel started, it would put a halt to everything else and her son would fall in love with the sport. And she was right. IQ lived and breathed basketball, so much so that AAU teams were fighting over the young Immanuel, who was only 9 years old at the time. As expected, Immanuel's mother shut down every offer, saying she didn't want her son traveling from hotel to hotel at the early and late hours every weekend at just 9 years old. He honored his mom's wishes, picking up other hobbies along with hoops, like getting into music and playing the piano. But this didn't take all the focus away from his true love of basketball. IQ went on to be a standout going into his high school years, where he really made his jump in his sophomore season. Immanuel Quickley attended the John Carroll School and averaged 17.7 points per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, 2.9 assists per game, and 1.5 steals per game in his sophomore season. The icing on the cake for this strong season was his go-ahead buzzer beater for the Patriots that led them to a 51-50 victory over Mount St. Joseph High School in the Baltimore Catholic League Championship. Quick was then awarded the All-Metro Player of the Year, but this was just the beginning. In IQ's junior year, he had his best season, averaging 23.7 points per game, 7.3 assists per game, and he was named to the first team All-Metro. After his first 3 years, he was already garnering tons of respect from scouts, where he was classified a 5-star recruit going into his senior year, where he put the cherry on top of his successful high school run. Quickley was lights out, shooting 41% from 3 at the Adidas AAU circuit. IQ also represented the USA in the FIBA U17 World Cup in 2016, as well as the FIBA U19 World Cup in 2017. The U17 team won gold against Spain, while the U19 team in 2017 took home bronze after a loss to Egypt. Fun fact, both teams were coached by none other than John Calipari. But we'll get to that in a second. Unfortunately, he was also unable to help the Patriots win the Hoop Hall Classic against Hudson Catholic High School, where the team suffered a 71-58 point loss. IQ averaged a well-rounded 20.8 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 6.7 assists per game, and a strong 3.7 steals per game that led the team to win the Maryland Interscholastic Athletic Association A conference. Quickley was named a McDonald's All-American and was ranked the 22nd best prospect by Rivals and 25th by ESPN. He played alongside a lot of names that you may or may not know, especially this guy right here, his future teammate. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Immanuel Quickley stood out against a lot of top talent, playing against Zion Williamson in the AAU circuit, among other players, which led to a lot of attention from other schools going into his recruiting phase. During his recruiting, IQ was able to narrow down his choices to 3 schools: Kansas, Kentucky, and Miami. He eventually chose Kentucky to play with none other than John Calipari. Immanuel Quickley served as an offensive spark in his 2 seasons with Kentucky, where he only averaged 5.2 points per game in 18.5 minutes of play his freshman year, but really took a leap in his sophomore year, a lot like in high school. Immanuel Quickley averaged 16.1 points per game in 33 minutes while shooting 42% from the field and a monstrous 43% from the 3. He also followed his mom's footsteps, dominating from the free throw line, shooting 92%. Now, unfortunately, due to the pandemic that swept the globe, his college season was cut short, where he did not get an opportunity to compete in what would have been his final March Madness. He was still honored with SEC Player of the Year and First Team All-SEC following his sophomore season. He then decided that he would hire an agent and declare for the 2020 NBA Draft. The initial shutdown forced Quick to work on his handles in the basement as well as other physical workouts, but once he was allowed to rent out a gym in April, he went through intense training to prepare for the draft. Going into the draft, Quick said this about his preparation. He said, "I really haven't taken any time off. I just look forward to being in the gym, grinding, and I'm looking forward to that challenge. I knew basketball wasn't going to be canceled forever, so I knew I had to be ready when that time came, and I'm just hoping to hear my name called on draft night." And that he did. Now, he was initially drafted 25th overall by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but was eventually swapped to the New York Knicks. IQ is known to be a sharpshooter, and he fills a need the Knicks are desperately looking for. He already won over fans from his competitive nature, along with number 8 overall pick Obi Toppin, but after his show in the preseason, he was instantly crowned a fan favorite. Will IQ's future consist of him being the sole point guard to help the Knicks get back on top? Well, if you ask a New Yorker right now, they'd say yes, but only time will tell. What we do know is that the Knicks drafted a gym rat that has shown he puts in the work to be the best at any level, and that's a good start. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and do not forget to like this video. Once again, shout out to Immanuel Quickley, shout out to Knicks fans. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm out.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I wonder if this is all I'll know.